What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today for you, I've got some awesome interiors I want to show you that I've done inside of these windmills. Now, I'm pretty proud of these. I'm not the best at interiors, but I like the way these turned out. I didn't want them all to look the same. So this one is supposed to be kind of like a mill. And I have this super cool thing where you can actually go upstairs, if it'll let me go. Come on. I have to move these or the villagers get stuck. So that's why they don't stay down. But I have this kind of up here, which is supposed to be like a mill area. So like this would be the grindstone. And they got storage of like some wheat and stuff like that. Wheat and bread. And so this right here is where our wheat farm is. But it's supposed to be like a little mill area, like where you would go to get flour, where they would make flour and stuff like that. And so these are our two inhabitants. They're both two wheat farmers. This one is still messed up. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with her. She, for some reason, won't pair with one of these. So I've got to figure that out, why she's being stubborn. But for the most part, we've got this down. And I got like a little kitchen area here with a nice little oven and a fridge, some cabinets. Right here, we have our well. And so our well right here, it's pulling some water from down below. But I really like the way this looks. It's super simple, super chill. But it's just like a little area that would make sense for this region. Like it would make sense that they would need an area to get a ton of water. I might come by and fill these little areas up with some water. That's just an idea that I've had recently that I just haven't got to yet. Right over here, we have our next interior. It's similar in a lot of aspects, but a lot of things have been moved around. So like, for example, we have our little workstation area over here, some nice potted plants. The kitchen looks a little bit different. There's some things that are the same because, you know, it's a kitchen. You're going to have an oven and all that kind of stuff. But we got a sink in this one. We got a fridge still. We got all of our utensils that you might need. And then we got our beds back here, which I thought was a cute little kind of bed design for our farmers here as well. And this is our carrot farm. And so these guys have, they should be, yeah, they have all their carrot trades. And eventually I'll trade them up to get other stuff as well from them. And then right over here, we have our potato farm. And this interior is actually one of my faves. I really like this interior. Because I kind of was like, okay, it's two sisters is kind of the story that run this potato farm. And so they have two separate rooms. One of them likes flowers. One of them just likes plants. And then they have this nice little kitchen, which is similar, but not quite the same as the other one. But it has a sink and all that kind of stuff. And so the idea is like these are individuals. And so they're going to have individual flavor for decorating and style and things like that. And so it makes sense that none of their areas are quite exactly the same. And so that I think that's going to kind of play into this idea that like this is a kingdom. And so the kingdom has residents and all the residents aren't the same. And that's kind of where I'm going with this. And we still got a nice little pathways. You will notice I changed this farm so that it doesn't have a door right there and the doors are on the side instead. And that's just simply so that I could actually make an interior. I was trying to do it the other way and I didn't have enough wall space because like one of the walls has to have chests to collect our stuff. And this is a little lamp design I was trying out because we can hang signs to give like, this is in this direction, this is in this direction kind of vibe. So I might litter those around the area to light up this region as well. Now we have one more project that we started on this episode, and that is the project of redoing our house. Now, originally it was a house, now it's going to be more like a cathedral. There's a specific cathedral that I'm basing this off of. I'll attach a picture of it here in the video. But we're going to be redoing this house because it just didn't really fit the vibe of this place. Like there's a lot of domes and things like that in our builds, like down here in our agriculture district. We have these big domes with the windmills on top over here. We have our dome of our greenhouse. And so I kind of decided that I'm just going to redo the cathedral so that it kind of fits the vibe of this place a little bit better. And so here is the video of me starting that project. So this is what our cathedral looks like now. We have two awesome domes. There's going to be two towers here, and there's going to be one big dome in the middle. It's going to be glass, and it's going to have like probably some stained glass, if I'm being honest. But I just wasn't really happy with where the house was going. It just seemed really way too big for a house, and the rooms were really huge. And so I kind of just decided, you know what? I'm going to scrap it. I'm going to start over, and I'm going to build something that kind of, one, fits the base, fits the vibe a little bit better, but also like is something I actually like. I never really liked the house that I had. I built it because I felt like, you know, I should probably have a house, but I didn't like what it actually looked like. And so I wasn't really happy with it at all. This, I'm already super happy with how it's coming out. And I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's fully completed with the giant tree and the domes and all of that. And so I'm super excited about that. I think it's going to look great. And I think it kind of will pull this space together. I think previously what was here, gotta eat some apple crisp real quick. What was here, like, it didn't really fit the vibe of the area. There's a lot of like curves and domes and things like that in this area, and it was just very sharp, very angular. Like the architecture didn't really match, and so I kind of decided just to restart. And honestly, that's one of my favorite parts about this game, is if you don't like something, you can just tear it down and redo it, and you know what, it's totally fine to do that. It's kind of my favorite. It's kind of my build style. People some of my friends on the server were making fun of me because it's not the first time that I've completely tore down everything and restarted. I told you guys in the original tour video, like Serato used to be over here and Alaris used to be over there, and I switched them because I was like, I don't like the way this looks. There used to be a giant tree I was building at one point. Like, it was a whole thing. But now we just simply, I think it's important to remember that like what you build doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't have to like go through and delete everything you've ever made. But like, if you move forward and you're like, maybe this doesn't fit as well, I think it's okay to kind of rebuild it, remaster it, make it fit better in your area. And that's what we're doing here. The house that was here before didn't really fit, but this cathedral looks really, really nice, I think. And you can see I've done a little bit of texturing with the floors in here, kind of giving it like, and here's kind of like my three types of white blocks that I have. Pale oak logs, calcite, and polished diorite. And I think there's some regular diorite as well. Yeah, there's some regular diorite. Kind of just to give it kind of like this like marbled floor look without it being like super boring in the same blocks over and over again. I haven't textured this little area out here yet, but I'm going to. It'll look the same as it did over there. But I think this also like gives us a great overlook of our little lake that me and Double O Music and Big Matt made. That's his base over there, and my base is over here. And we decided just kind of like to make this cool little lake region right here. And so now we have that, and I think it's a super nice way just to look out and see kind of all we've done, all Matt's done. He's done a ton. It's my favorite view. Is the view of his base from my base. I think it looks fantastic. But you can also, like, you can see the windmills over there. You can see the lighthouse. That's going to go away eventually. That's where my gas is stored. He's just not loaded in because we're too far away. But yeah, so that's all I got for you this episode. Thank you guys for checking in on me and watching the Church Mag server. I'll see you guys next week.